Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Skyrim Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the WS BuyWhiterun mod, which is being made by user Venderain. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is the ability for you to purchase the various businesses in and around Whiterun. And I have always loved things like this in games because, well, let's be honest, in any RPG you're playing, you're probably going to end up with a whole crap load of money you don't know what to do with from all the looting. And so why not put that into properties to then make even more money? I always do enjoy that, and this mod lets you do that for the 7 businesses in the Whiterun area. Those, of course, being Arcadia's Cauldron, the Bannered Mare, Belethor's General Goods, the Drunken Huntsman, Huntingbrew Meadery, War Maidens, and, of course, the Whiterun Stables. And you can purchase any of them that you so desire. It will cost you quite a lot of money to do so, but again, you will gain profits from those businesses. And to buy them all, oh boy, that's gonna take hundreds of thousands of septims for you to purchase all 7, which is pretty darn cool. So let's take a look at how all this does work, and to begin, we're going to need to talk about 2 mod requirements. One is, of course, the Skyrim script extender, and you also do need Sky UI for this to all function. So let's head on over here into the Huntingbrew Meadery and talk about how you do go about purchasing a business, as well as all the fun perks. Now, first thing to know is any of those 7 businesses, you're going to find within them a sales register book right next to a locked lockbox. And the book, which for the Huntingbrew Meadery over here is just on this table to the left, this is how you actually purchase the building. And any profits that you make from the building once you own it will go into here. But you can see at the moment, it would be steel because we don't currently own this business. So let's interact with the sales register, and boom, we get this little bit of UI asking us, would we like to buy the meadery? Now, sadly, it does not show the price for the meadery. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment as to how you can find out what the prices are, but for here, it is just a yes-no option, but I've got plenty of cash, so let's just hit yes, and you'll see we've received a package, and 46,000 gold was just removed, but we now own this business. It is ours. Now, the thing we received was a key so that we can now unlock this chest here so that we can collect the profits. And you'll notice it, of course, no longer says steal on it because, well, this is our business. But that's not the only thing that no longer says steal. Everything in the Huntingbrew Meadery is now ours. We own this business. We can loot every single item in it now without getting, you know, the bad end of the law on us. So I think that's a pretty cool, neat little additional perk. So if there's like an interesting item inside Belethor's General Goods or some ingredients in Arcadia's Cauldron you want, well, once you purchase it, they're all yours for the taking, which is just a nice little bonus. But of course, the main thing is the profits here. You'll get profits from this business on a daily basis, an in-game day, which is the standard, a 24-hour cycle for the profits, but that can be adjusted, as can also how much you're gonna get paid. So how do we know how much buildings are going to cost and how much money and profits we're going to make? Well, that's going to require going to the mod configuration menu. So we head on over to systems here and jump on down to that. We have this WS BuyWhiterun category here, and this is where you can set the purchase prices, configure the profitability, and do general gameplay and settings. So in the purchase prices, if we go into here first, you'll see all 7 of the businesses, and we have 2 different columns here. We've got the base price and then a modifier. Now, we cannot change this base price, but we can change the modifier. We can either have it be that base price of 25,000 for the Bannered Mare. By default, it's started at ×2, so the Bannered Mare is going to cost 50,000. And we can bump it all the way up to ×3, so the Bannered Mare is going to cost you 75,000 to purchase. By default, though, again, it's set to this ×2. I kind of wish we could just like either manually set the price instead of this weird base ×2 thing, but hey, it at least does give you, you know, the option of being a little bit cheaty and go for cheap, or, you know, make it a little bit more difficult for you and go for more expensive. That is at least a nice little additional thing there. So just take the base cost here and do whatever multiplication you want to get the buildings in question. Now, as for the profitability, it's the same sort of deal here. You can see that we have the base level of profit and then a multiplier ×2. But the profitability is actually a little bit more variable. It's not going to be exactly, like say for the meadery here, it's not going to be exactly 200 ×2. It's going to give you a little bit more, or even potentially a little bit less, depending on just sort of some random math. So you're never going to get the exact same amount of money from the profits of a business each day, which I think is kind of neat, so it's never that same exact number twice, which is pretty cool. I think for this place, when I was testing earlier, I had one day where it made like 430, I think. Another day it made 258. So it's a little bit variable, not hugely, but a bit. And just like with the purchase price, we can set it to a just ×1 or ×3, defaulted at ×2 for the base profitability, and so pretty easy to use there. Now, then in gameplay, we just have some general features. For instance, the first one here is receive money directly. At the moment, you're gonna have to go, by default, to the safe in each business. But you can actually disable that so you just get the money if you so desire. In my opinion, a little cheaty, but hey, if you want to go that route, go at it, have fun. The next is an actual cheat mode, which just fixes all of the incomes at above 500 for each profitability period, so, you know, you're just going to get a lot more money, which is pretty neat. We then also have the show notification as to, you know, when we get our money, and if those notifications show up, which is just always nice to have. And then finally, the settings here, we can actually choose how often we get that income. By default, it's 24 hours. But you can make it 12 or even down to 6, which in my opinion is pretty cheaty. These businesses are going to make you quite a lot of money in the long run, so I would say leave it to this. And honestly, I would actually even love to have a more increased period if possible. I think like weekly profits would be much more interesting, because as it stands, you can make a lot of money from these businesses in this mod here, which is great. Gives you a lot more money to work with. But yeah, I wish we could increase the period of income. But let's actually just sit through a day real quick and see how much money we do get. As I said, I've gotten everything from around 430 to somewhere around close to 460. So let's see what exactly we do get here. And you'll notice once we do sit through the entire day, we will get that little warning pop-up in the corner of the screen, the top left corner, which will tell us, hey, receipts are in, there is profit. And you just know then at that point to go and pick it up. Which, since I don't have the cheating enabled of it going straight into my inventory, you will, oh, there we go, day's receipts are in, and we can just go to our little chest here, and we got 456 this time. Excellent, you can just pick up that cash and be on your way. And once more, that's going to be every 24 hours by default. So just a cool little thing. I do quite like mods like this that let you purchase businesses. I do love that we also get, besides the profit, the extra little bonus of being able to steal anything. And I just wish there were a few more options for, you know, the period of profit, you know, make that a bit more. And I also kind of wish we had a little bit more control over the actual prices themselves. But all in all, a fun little mod for you to spend all of your septims on purchasing your own little business empire. Now, the mod maker is hoping to add more businesses in other areas, according to the mod page, so hopefully it won't just be Whiterun for very long. But yeah, if you'd like to check out this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description. As per usual, but that's going to be it for this one, folks. Until next time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.